up, internet? My name's Alexis, and today we're going to talk about Sleeping With Sirens and how they might have the biggest comeback of the year. Sleeping With Sirens have been a staple of the emo community alongside bands like Pierce the Veil, A Day to Remember, We Came as Romans, etc. Every single one of us has listened to If You Can't Hang at least once in our life, and that is something that I can guarantee. They've had such a specific sound for all of their years as a band up until around 2015. That's when things kind of started to change. The emo scene was thriving in the early 2010s, but once we hit the 2013, 2014, going into 2015, a lot of the scene started dying. And if I'm being honest, so did the band. Eventually, they began to shift their sound into more radio-friendly tunes. They went from the sound of this song to the sound of this song. Same band, completely different style, and that's pretty much what happened to a lot of bands between this time period. A lot of people left the scenes, they honestly just grew out of it, and I was one of them. I used to listen to this band so much, and then I just kinda grew up and grew out of the band, aka I was no longer the high school emo that I once was. Don't get me wrong, I'm still hella sad, but not as much. I slowly grew out of the music and I started listening to a lot more indie and pop punk, and I really stuck to pop punk. Their music really wasn't sticking to me anymore. It wasn't evolving in the way that I had hoped it was gonna evolve, and that's perfectly fine. You know, music is constantly changing, it's constantly turning into other things that we wouldn't expect. But this was one of the bands that I just kind of fell out of love with. You know, fast forward, yada yada yada, tour, blah blah blah, boom, new era, new music. What the heck happened? I feel like 2017 was a weird year for music. That's just my opinion. A lot of bands had their experimental phases. Again, just my opinion. They released another album in 2017 called Gossip. Honestly, I wasn't a fan of it, and since I'm being honest, I actually didn't listen to the album at all until 30 minutes before I filmed this video. It was very heavily produced, very pop infused, radio friendly. Dare I say, Imagine Dragons-esque. Honestly, like, where did Sleeping With Sirens go with the last record? I didn't really care much. I let it go. I moved on with my life and other bands. I kind of just left them in the dust. Anyways, let's skip the sob story and let's fast forward to a couple weeks ago when I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw a tweet from Sleeping With Sirens. They were promoting the new single and I literally said, "What? They're still making music?" I was curious as to what they've been up to since I haven't listened to them in years. So I clicked that link and oh my god, I was pleasantly surprised with what I heard. They were back and they had the sound that I have been waiting for. A perfect blend of old and new. There's a lot of rage behind these new songs, but it's not the self-loathing type of I hate everything and my life type of rage. No. This is an acceptance, it's realization, it's growth, it's unapologetically them, and I freaking love it. Oh my gosh. When I listened to the first two singles off of this new album, something reignited in me. I got so excited. This new album has me genuinely excited for the future of this band. If this album is just as great as these past releases have been, oh my god, catch me up in that pit like this. Woo. I'm genuinely excited to listen to their music again. It's weird that you fall out of love with the band and then a couple years later, I'm a fan again, and I'm happy to say that. The new album is titled How It Feels to Be Lost, and it's a dive directly into the roots with a breath of fresh air. Not only are they coming back with this new album and this new era, but they're also signed to a new record label. They left Warner Brothers and are now a part of Sumerian Records, and I think that that was the best decision possible because now we got all this new music coming at us. The most recent release, Agree to Disagree, is probably my favorite out of the last three releases. You can keep the sun, 'cause I like the nighttime better. You think you're The chorus actually says, "You think you're better than me, you don't like what you see. I think it's best we agree to disagree." Wisdom. There's a lot of comparisons in the song between the listener and someone else, and just because you're the opposite doesn't mean someone's wrong. I'm one way and you're one way. It doesn't matter if we're the same or if we're opposite. You can like this, I can like that, and that's fine. That's okay. The takeaway from the song is wholesome, and I feel like this message needs to be spread out to everyone, especially right now with the state that everything is in. I know I'm definitely hyped up on this album. What about you? I'm curious. Have you listened to any of their songs? Let me know in the comments. What do you feel? You know, it's pretty cool to see this band that I used to listen to kind of reborn in a way. I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess that's it for this video. If you liked it, leave a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe. We're getting real close to 2K. I will see you guys in the next one, but for now, peace.
This should be played at high volume.